Hello? Did I hit the go live button? I think I did. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe. Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. Hello? Well, all right then. It's Wednesday. It's time to start the chase. Time to start the chase. 3 races for championship on Wednesday night here. Been a great regular season for us. There's no doubt about it. Great regular season. But none of that matters. You have 3 races to win a championship, and all 3 of them matter. Big time. We kick it off here in our backyard. Charlotte Motor Speedway. No more fun. No more chilling. No more having a good time. This is serious business. Serious business. Which is good. I like when it's serious business. I didn't want to have fun anyways. No way. Having fun? Couldn't be me. Ooh, we got a daytime race. I thought this was going to be a night race. Hold the phone. Hold on now. I'm a little encouraged by this. A little encouraged by this. Not bad. Not bad. Okay. Oh, I've made a grave mistake. I've made a terrible mistake. Hold, please. Hold. Hold the phone. Hold, please. I need to fix this. My mistake. My mistake. My mistake. Easily fixed. Easily fixed. Forgot to change my settings from spotting the Coke Series race last night, which we won, by the way, with Mr. Steven Wilson. I've got to save the settings, go back to my streamer settings. Back to the streamer settings. Okay. My apologies. We got there. We got there. We're okay. Oop. Yeah, we're all right. Cool background. Thank you, Human Games. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's one of the best photos we got all year. One of the best photos we got all year. One of my favorite photos from this year so far. A little fisheye lens at Bristol. With that beautiful Demco Chevrolet. Very nice. Very nice. Nice stuff right there. Oh, wow. A lot of follows. What the hell? Yo Man Jordan, thanks for the follow. Killa Cleo, thank you for the follow. Fantailed Ace, thank you for the follow, everybody. Hello. Wow, that's a hell of a way to start a stream. Okay, we're back. We're so back. We're so back. There it is. Look at that. Okay. Oh my God. Cross rate's 59? What? 59? Jesus Christ. Do we really need a 59% cross rate at Charlotte? I don't know. I guess we'll find out. That's a really high value. Fucking Christ. That's a very high value of cross weight. Okie dokie. Well, let's go drive this thing and see how it feels. There it is. I knew it was too good to be true that we weren't going to have... Everything would work? Everything would work? Nah. Too good to be true. All right, we're good. We got the chat. We got the caps. We got everything we need. Let's go run some laps. Start getting the feel of this thing. Start getting the feel. I don't know. Maybe with 59% cross, it'll be good. Maybe it'll just be super loose. I didn't check the track count. Anybody know the track temp by chance? Oh my god, that's way too much force feedback. Air temp's only 78, so the track temp can't be that high. Why is it only 78? Wish it was only 78 degrees here. Oh, we're loose. Oh, we're loose. We're just loose because no rear grip. It's all right. We'll have a rear grip here in a sec. Be all right. Need to get this force feedback turned down. Holy shit. Force feedback is nuts. There we go. That should be better. My arms might stay attached. Ah, so much more grip on lap 2. So much more grip. Very nice. Welcome back. Thank you, RTJ. Appreciate that. Yes, we are back in the CLT. This thing feels like it's going to be tight. I wonder why.
Got one inside.
Couldn't possibly be the 59% crossweight in the car. Couldn't possibly be that.
All clear, all clear. Got one inside. Clear low, clear low.
I don't know if there's any grip at the top of the racetrack. Doesn't really feel like it. I feel like the bottom is faster. We do carry a lot of momentum off the top of the racetrack here at Charlotte. But I feel like you're probably going to beat the tires up if you try to run up there too much. And you're definitely going to drag the right front off of it if you run the bottom. But you might run it off even more if you run up top. The thing just plows, man. It shoves. You get like one lap of no grip, one lap of perfect balance, and then it just swings super tight. That's a shame, man. I was really hoping with the daytime race this thing would drive off the right rear, but they got the ambient temperature so low. We're not going to have a high enough track temperature to really support that. All that means is that with dirty air and all that, it's just going to be a real pain in the ass to try and pass people. That's all that really means. Is it's just going to be a gigantic pain in the ass to pass people. So hopefully we don't have to pass anybody tonight. Start up front, stay up front all night. You don't have to worry about passing people. Yeah, this thing is majorly tight. Majorly tight. I wish they had the ambient temperature cranked up to like 90. This would probably be really fun if it was. Just don't know why it's 78 degrees. It hasn't been 78 degrees in Charlotte for a while. It's going to be a hot one this weekend, too. They're saying on the forecast tonight. Hot weekend in the Queen City. All right, well, that's 10 laps. Let's take a look at the tires. I'm pretty sure I know what I'm going to see. pretty sure I know what I'm going to see. Yep. Exactly what I thought I was going to see. Okay, let's go do another 10-lap run. I have to turn my force feedback up a little bit. 16-1. Might be a little too much force feedback. Holy cow. It's only really loose for that first lap. That's the only time it's going to feel that way. Oh!
Car looks fine. No damage to report.
Stop hitting the wall. Hello, Donnie. How are you? There we go. That's much better. Oh, we're doing okay. Just trying to get dialed in for this race tonight. Very big one here. Cannot afford to have a bad finish tonight. If we do, we're probably out of the championship. Really how this feels like it's going to be is one bad finish and you're done. You only got 3 races. One bad finish and you're going to be done. Am I watching the Stanley Cup Finals? No. I saw that the Canes lost. I'm not really a hockey guy. I'll watch playoff hockey because it's really exciting. But I didn't know until today that the Canes lost. So, not really paying attention to it. It looked like it was an exciting game yesterday. High-scoring game. Really high-scoring game for a Stanley Cup game. Yeah, I think it'd be cool to see the Canes win, obviously for, sort of the hometown aspect of everything, even though they're in Raleigh.
31 laps almost done. Sorry, buddy.
Outside. You're clear high, clear high.
Hey, Eric, I don't know if you know this. Everyone's been trying to desperately get a hold of you in Discord.
Yeah, Joey said something. I've been doing. Yeah, my collar has my full attention lately.
Yeah, they've been trying to reach about your car's extended warranty. Please respond.
All clear, all clear. Inside.
Oh, fuck those
Clear
guys.
low, clear low. Outside. You're clear high, clear high.
All right, that's 10 laps right there. Let's see what the difference is between this 10 laps and the last 10 laps. I suspect that because we were 91, 92, 277, 251. I suspect we'll be a little bit better. Let's see. 93, 93. Much better. All right, well, we've unlocked how you have to drive this thing to not kill the right front tire. And it's the same shit we have to do all the time with the Xfinity car. Sorry, O'Reilly car. Sorry, O'Reilly car at racetracks where we have 59.5% cross weight. Wouldn't turn in a 40-acre field, man. What retired hockey player is your fursona named after? Hello, Andrew. Crossweight is the distribution of weight on all four corners of the car. So a higher crossweight means that you're carrying a higher percentage of weight on the right front, right side, particularly the front, of the vehicle, which means that it is going to have more understeer characteristics versus a lower crossweight that would shift the weight over to the left side of the car and load up the left rear and the right rear more, but more the left rear, but certainly add some to the right rear, which would induce a oversteer state, which we like. We like oversteer. We like when the car has lower crossweight and drives off the right rear instead of off the right front. So when I come in here and I open this up and I see a 59% crossweight, that could be considered a war crime in some places. That should be illegal to have one that high. That is absolutely disgusting. There isn't a NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series team showing up to the racetrack anywhere with a crossweight value of 59.4. I promise you that. And if they are, they don't know how to set up a NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series car, because that would be very disadvantageous to do. Cam Atkinson. Not familiar with him, but it makes sense. What I expect an average number to be, 50, 52. A truck is going to be a lot lower value because they generate so much downforce because of the way that their body is shaped and the way that their body panels are set. A truck produces a ton of downforce, so you can run a much, much lower crossweight in a truck than you can in an O'Reilly car. An O'Reilly car, you're looking for, like, probably, depending on the track, probably a low 50-something. Obviously, road courses, you want about balanced as equally as possible. If it's an equal split of like lefts and rights. But because the O'Reilly car doesn't generate a lot of downforce compared to a truck, you have to run a higher cross weight just to help create more mechanical grip, since you don't generate a lot of aero grip. Whereas the truck generates a ton of aero grip, so you don't need as much mechanical grip. You can get away with less. You can get away with a way looser truck because the aero is going to offset that significantly. Yeah, I mean, you need to have weight over the front tires, otherwise they're not going to respond. You just don't want that much. You don't want to make the right front work that much, because it's all about weight. The more weight that it carries, the harder that it works. Think of like a human being. A guy that weighs 300 pounds, his body works a lot harder than a guy that weighs 150 pounds, right? His legs, his joints, his heart, everything. For a 300-pound person, everything has to work a lot harder because carrying that weight requires more effort. It's the same thing on a car. All your suspension components, and particularly the tire, since the tire is the only thing on a race car that touches the racetrack, the more energy that you put through it, the harder it has to work. The harder it has to work, the hotter it gets. The hotter it gets, the more the handling characteristics will change. So when you carry a ton of weight on the right front, it makes the right front tire work a lot harder. And when it gets hotter, it wears faster. And when the right front wears faster than the right rear, you get a very tight race car.
All clear, all clear.
That's why I like race cars that drive off the right rear and you drive it with the throttle. You really are in control a lot more. And it's just a lot more fun. You know, tight race car, you can only do so much. Loose race car, you have a lot more options on how to deal with it. I try to keep it simple. I mean, these are... Listen, there are people that are far smarter than me and far more educated than me that can give you a much more scientific explanation, but I'm stupid. So I try to keep it simple. And I'm not sitting here claiming I know everything there is to know about setting up a NASCAR race car. I certainly don't. But I have turned wrenches on them, I have worked on them, and I have read books, and I have spent a lot of time around people who do set up race cars. I feel like over the years I've learned a thing or two. That's just what I know. You have to think about it, you know, I know we all are not physics majors, but we have a basic understanding of physics. When you send a race car around a racetrack like we're doing right now, and I turn into turn 3 right here, where's all the weight going on this car? What does centrifugal force do to the weight? Sends it to the passenger side, right? Centrifugal force sends the weight and the physics of everything to the right. When you turn left, everything goes to the right. So if your car is statically sitting on the ground, carrying that much weight on the right front of the vehicle, it gets magnified in a dynamic environment when you're on the racetrack. That gets magnified when I go off into the turn right here, and I'm turning the wheel and I'm applying throttle. The amount of load scales up on the right front.
Outside.
That's why when people talk about
Clear high.
static ride height versus dynamic ride height, or static load versus dynamic load, or if you hear a race car driver on the scanner talk about when it loads up in the corner, that's what they're talking about. When you hit this point right about here, when the suspension loads up from the forces at play, all that works very quickly and dynamically in real time, and your cross weight will amplify that. It will magnify whatever you've done. That's why very smart people work on race cars as engineers. You have to be kind of smart to know what you're doing. And it's something that I've bitched about for years, and a lot of people have bitched about for years. The fixed setups in iRacing, especially on, we're talking about the oval cars, have traditionally been bad, but that's because they've traditionally been very right front heavy to try to be easier to drive. It is easier to drive a tight race car, right? It's way easier to drive a tight race car. You're never going to spin out. You have a tight race car, you're never going to spin out. And that's what iRacing was. Because the average skill level, they don't want people getting frustrated, so they have to make it easy to drive. So to make it easy to drive, you make sure that it doesn't oversteer at all. And how do you do that? You load up the right front. iRacing doesn't care if their setups are good. They care if people renew. It is a retention-based business. That's why when we get a setup, the random times that we get a setup that drives off the right rear, I'm ecstatic. I'm through the roof because it's such a rare occurrence to find anymore. It really just doesn't happen. And it just gets worse and worse every lap. I feel like it's really hard to consistently keep matching my previous lap time. I feel like I'm just losing time every lap no matter what I do. I just don't think it's an area they're going to mess around with. I think they're happy with what they've got. They say make a setup that isn't going to just spin out on people unless they do it wrong. That's what we get. Our setups that aren't really going to spin out on people unless they do it wrong. Like the Cup car is a much different conversation. Obviously the Cup car is a lot different, and it's just a very unique car in the way that it drives and where the limit is and all that. But like for this car and the truck, I feel like most weeks I don't see anyone saying, God, how do I save the right rear tire? I can't save the right rear tire. I'm losing because I blow a right rear tire. You never see that. It's always the right front, right front, right front. I made a whole fucking video about it years ago. Because that's all every fixed setup was just blowing through the right front tire. Because the setups are fundamentally flawed. They're skewed, intentionally skewed, to produce understeer, to make it easier to drive so that more people will race and renew instead of getting frustrated and leaving. for that reason. People get frustrated and leave for other reasons. But iRacing's made it very clear that they do not want to lose paying subscribers because of loose setups that make the cars too hard to drive. They made it very clear they're not going to lose subscribers for that.
16 pitting. I'm pitting this time. Pit, pit, pit.
And for as tight as I am in clean air, just imagine if we're in dirty air. Just imagine if we're not out front leading this thing, how difficult this is going to be tonight. It's already pretty miserable in clean air. Getting dirty air, it's going to be ugly. What's up, Dustin? Hello. It's so tight I can't run that. I can't run the seam. It really doesn't. You kind of lose the nose in the center, so you can't really run the seam. Just gotta try and move around here and see. It's just so tight on entry in the middle. Can't really run that line.
Got one inside. All clear, all clear.
That's a little faster, but I feel like I'm punishing the tires to run that line. I feel like I'm really leaning on the right front to get it to do that big high arc, and it just does not feel faster. I mean, you really need the entire racetrack. You really do.
Sorry, guys.
I mean, you can get your left front on the apron on the blue line a little bit to help it turn, but it can almost turn it a little too much. It's not actually good. Hello, Zestro. How are you? That's right. Winning spotter from last night's Coke race at Atlanta. Very exciting to win. I love spotting super speedways or drafting style race. I love spotting those. It's so much fun. Like normally when I spot Steven, he's dick whipping the field by 10 seconds. So I really don't have to do anything. But on a drafting style track, I have to be very active, very involved. I have to feed him a lot of information. I like that. I like doing that. It's fun. It's even more fun when you win. To watch for tonight? Yeah, we'll talk about that here in a few minutes. Got about 16 minutes left to practice. We'll talk about it before we get to racing. We'll talk about what we need to keep an eye on for tonight. I feel like I'm losing rear grip a little bit as we get into this run. feel like the tire wear might actually be catching up to itself. Like 30 laps of a tight phase, and now it's kind of starting to swing to a little bit of a looser phase.
Got one inside. All clear, all clear.
Definitely feels like it's rolling over on the right rear now. That's good to know that I might have to start working the brake bias forward a little bit. I mean, if we have a long run, if this thing goes green the whole way, if this is how it starts to drive in the back half of the run, oh, it's going to be great.
Hitting.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm like dead ass sideways out of the corner doing that. That's interesting. I really heated up the right rear. Go back to the bottom and see.
Glad to see you feeling better, Scott.
Yeah, so now it's just tight, 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 and then loose off. Interesting. Doing well, trying to gain some SR back this week. The truck and cup at Michigan. It was a good week to do that.
Got one outside. You're clear high, clear high. Got one inside. All clear, all clear.
It definitely feels a little unsettled on exit.
Got one inside. Clear low, clear low.
I think what I learned is I can run that brake bias for a while, but then I really need to, I need to crank it all the way forward. I've really angered the right rear now. After what, 30 laps into this run, I think? 35 laps into this run, thereabouts. I can't get off the corner. That's going to be really bad. We can't have that. I still got 20 laps left on fuel. I can't lose the right rear like that. And there's just way more grip on the bottom. Like, there's just... I think it's... I just don't think there's any grip up there with these tires. Yeah, I mean, I'm sideways off the corner. That's really strange. I mean, the fuel burning off would actually make it tighter. The fuel burn off would actually make it tighter. I think it's a situation where it's just like push loose now. It's so tight in the center, you got so much wheel in it. By the time you get to the exit, you've got a ton of wheel into it, so it just feels looser than it actually is. But I think I've just driven the right rear off a few too many laps too. I also think there's just not a lot of grip up there. The amount of grip is just not really great. I need to be a little bit smoother with my pedals. That much I know is I need to be
Got one inside.
better with my
All
inputs.
clear, all clear. Inside, clear low, clear low.
As the run goes on, I just got to get better with my inputs. Not just monster truck it on exit with the throttle. It doesn't feel that much better now that I cranked all the front brake bias into it. I don't feel like it's done a whole lot. I just think all the grip's on the bottom. That's where all the grip is. I was thinking Limited Series should be treated as a qualifying series for Premier. You'd have to go truck or no apps to earn your Premier Cup ride. Oh, shit. Yeah, maybe. Only problem is that it doesn't address the situation where a guy gets the cup and is a problem. Like, it doesn't really address that part of it, where a guy could make it through all the qualifying series or whatever and maybe make it to cup, but then become a problem. What do you do about that? Yeah, obviously the Cup Series is the biggest headache that they have at SIM500 right now. It's just been a very tough start to the year. I remember last year we did not have a lot of really messy races until the update after Michigan, right? It was a year ago this weekend, I think. I won the Michigan race, and we knew the new build was coming, and I told the guys in the interview, I think the update's really going to close the gap. I think we're going to see new winners. I think it's going to bring the level of competition closer than it was.
Bentley, are you on old tire?
In the Cup Series, and it 100% did that, but we had just
Not really.
horrifically messy races after the update, and it never really got better. Even, so right at the end in the playoffs, we had some really good races, but I think the field size shrunk, and we've had a ton of cars show up this year, 40 plus most weekends or most weeks, and I just feel like it's crazier than ever. But the last big major build update after Michigan last year really changed a lot. And I don't think it changed it for the better. I really don't think it changed it for the better. Well, we got 5 minutes left to practice, so I should probably start practicing for qualifying, because qualifying is going to be really important, I feel like. I feel like qualifying is going to be very important. Pitting, pitting, pitting. That's too hot.
I'm pitting. Pit, 16 pitting.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, the right front's absolutely destroyed, but it was really, really loose. I don't understand why I was driving that way. Now, I feel like I calmed the right rear tire down a lot over those last 5 to 7 laps. The right rear calmed down a lot once I started going to run in the bottom again. So I think really the lesson is you have to run the bottom. I think if you try to run off the bottom, you're just going to have trouble with drive off. I really do. I think you're just going to have trouble with drive off. Okay, let's see if we can't figure out what a fast lap looks like in qualifying. He ran his fast laps, literally the second lap of practice. He hasn't been out there in a while. Well, I don't think you can demote them because they paid money to run in that series. That's the other problem. They paid money to run it. I don't think you can demote them. Because if you demote them, you make them race on another night of the week, too. So I just don't think that that's really an answer. Like, I get in a different world where none of this sim racing stuff is how it works. That would be great, but when people are paying to race on Monday night, you can't really demote them to another series. It's not like they run a Monday Junior League, right? Like, it's not really an option. I don't know. I don't think there is an easy fix to it. I think it just comes down to the people that are coming out and racing, and the people that constantly cause problems probably need to be evaluated.
That was your fastest lap of the session.
Well, we got a long way to go picking up speed, because we're running 7s and the leader's in the 5s. Now, I don't know if the track's got a 5 in it. The track may have evolved so much it doesn't even have a 5 in it. I don't know. Every league I've ever raced in, there's always been problems. It's inevitable. It's just a part of it. You're just going to have problems with incidents. And they'll sit there and say, oh, in our limited series, you know, we only had 3 cautions in that race. It's like, yeah, but the skill level is going to kind of dictate that too. If you cap the upper limit of the skill gap, you're kind of setting yourself up for that result, aren't you? Because it's the guys that have the higher I ratings and that are more confident in the car and the higher skill level. If they have to go to the back for some reason and they have to drive through the field because their skill level is going to take them through the field, you're going to clash with the other guys that are just out there doing whatever they do. Like, that's just natural to expect that. But the other problem is that we've got some guys that are 3,000 I rating or less that still cause problems because they're trying to do too much. They stay out on restarts at the end of the race when they have no business doing so. They never sniff the top 10 all day and then all of a sudden put themselves in a position to be in the top 10, they don't have the experience or the skill to stay up there, and it just creates problems. So, like, you can point the finger at a whole bunch of different things. And I don't think very much of it is... I don't think you can put it on any one thing. I really don't. I don't think it's one of those situations where you just pin it on one thing. But ultimately, it's down to the people that are holding the virtual steering wheels. The decisions that they make behind the wheel. It's a lot of it. That's a lot of it is, are you making good decisions or not? And people that make good decisions generally cause fewer problems.
Green flag, green flag. All right, man. Here comes your first time left. One more lap to go.
Really wish I'd gotten to the bottom a little bit better in 3 and 4. That definitely cost us a little bit.
There's the flag. It's
If
over.
I'd gotten to the bottom, that would have been an even better lap. It's still a good lap, but I missed the bottom in 3 and 4, and it could have been probably half a tenth better. Could have been probably half a tenth better if I hadn't missed the bottom in 3 and 4. I had a good turn in. I just didn't turn in soon enough. All right, I got to pee since we don't have a warm-up. I got to pee now. Okay, things that we have to look out for. Let's do a quick reset here, quick recap. 3 races to determine a champion in this series. Here, Iowa, then Homestead. 3 races. That's all we've got is 3 races. Everybody's on an even playing field. Full reset. Everybody's got 0 points. The top 10. Anyone that's got full capitals, letters in their name are chase drivers, but really what we have to be on the lookout for tonight are who leads a lap, who's possibly leading the most laps, and who runs the fastest lap of the race, because those are the bonus points that are probably going to be really critical to winning a championship. If you can, we have to lead a lap no matter what, every race. That's 3 points right there. We can't give up because everyone can get that. But only one person can lead the most laps. Only one person can run the fastest lap of the race. Those are basically 6 points over the next 3 races that are available that could swing the favor of how this goes. So we got to get out front. We got to lead laps. We got to prevent other people from leading laps. We're leading the most laps, and then we got to try and get a fastest lap in there somewhere. That's really the important things. High likelihood that it's going to be tough to make up points on people. Field sizes probably start to shrink this time of year. We only got 26 cars, so even if somebody has a bad day, they're still scoring more points than they were earlier this year. But there's 2 chase drivers in front of us already, and there's couple behind us.
All right, guys, finally found the right channel. Appreciate everybody coming out. Light field tonight, 26 cars. We are in the playoffs. Please note that our playoff drivers are in bold. Chad Coleman will not be making the race tonight. Has a personal injury. I'll just say that. It's going to keep him from being in the seat tonight, but Chad will be okay. He will be back sooner than later. But otherwise, guys, have a good race. Have some fun. Be clean. Be smart.
I mean, it should be pretty easy to see who leads the lap because I plan on being up front for most of this thing. So hopefully we can, stay up front and just continue to see who does lead a lap and who doesn't.
Close. I'll let him tell you the story.
But
Probably had Kevin
fastest
Brown
lap
over.
of the race. Fastest lap of the race is going to be a big one.
Follow something?
Obviously, that comes either here on this start or after we pit for fresh tires. That's an easy couple points that you can take away from somebody if we're able to do that. So that's really it. That's really all we got to look out for. If we go long enough to do green flag pit stops and all that, then we'll start thinking about some stuff. But other than that, we just I feel like
we're going green next time. Bye. All right, man.
I feel like you got to have 3 top 5s. I feel like you have to have 3 top 5s and probably a win to win the championship. I don't think you can finish outside the top 5. If these races go the way that they've gone all season, it's the same guys finishing in the top 5 and the top 10. That's why they're in the chase. So I think it's 3 top 5s and a win to win this championship. I think 2 wins really puts you in a good spot, but I think you have to finish in the top 5 all 3 of these races to win this championship. So we're in a good spot to start this thing. Obviously, we've got 2 chase drivers on the front row here that are thinking about the same thing that we are. Clean air is going to be really, really nice to have, so we've really got to try and get to clean air if we can. We know that we're good on the long run. We know that we're better than both of these guys in front of us on the long run. We've never been worse than these guys on a long run. So we are the 3rd best chase driver right now. I feel like we're going to lose a couple guys mathematically from contention after this race too. So we just have to make sure we don't let that happen to us. All right, 120 laps. I don't think you can make it on one stop. We shall see.
Green flag, green flag. Inside. Clear low, clear low. You got 1 inside. Clear low, clear low. Outside. You're clear high, clear high.
Oh, we know that the 19 has led a lap.
You got 1 inside. All clear, all clear.
And now we're going to lead a lap. And now we're going to run a pace that allows us to stay out front. Yeah, that's the goal, is to not have any guesswork on who leads the most laps and who leads any laps. I feel like if I could take all the guesswork out of that pursuit, we're probably doing pretty good.
Inside. Clear low, clear low.
Well, I'll tell you who's not going to try and do it on a one-stop strategy is the 19. And he's always the guy that tries to do it on a one-stop strategy. He's up here racing, not saving. I bet you somebody back there's thinking about it. Somebody back there's thinking about it. Now, I don't know who the worst running chase driver is right now, but wherever they're at might be thinking about if they can't do it on pace or track position, might do it on fuel strategy. I think as the pace slows down over the course of the run, I don't think it's even going to be a question. I think everyone can do it on one stop. Just looking at the numbers right now. And looking at the number right now, I think as the pace slows down, the fuel burn will slow down too, and I think everyone's going to be able to make it on one stop. I don't think there's going to be any fuel strategy. Yeah, I think we're missing Tommy Ryan and Chad Coleman, which you know, it was a bummer, especially for Ryan. He's been very competitive this year. Very competitive this year.
Inside. Clear low, clear low. You got one inside. Clear low, clear low.
Yeah, when we can do this stuff, the racing's really good. Like, I'm happy to let the 19 race really hard and try and pass me, especially on the bottom. Going to use up his stuff even more. I'll just sit here and feed him dirty air. He wants to go run the top. Probably not going to be great after here next 10 laps or so. I'm also being very late with the throttle when I get back to full throttle. I'm really trying to wait until I'm basically straight. Just to try and help that right front tire. So far, so good. It looks like the 19's getting a little bit smaller in the rearview mirror. Looks like the 24 is starting to move forward just a little bit. Him and the 31 just passed the 16. Looks like they're running the seam. We might have to start moving up the racetrack a little bit here. That's how they're making some time. Everybody's really stepped their pace up. I think everyone that was running that second and third lane was going to be fast. Oh, shit, never mind. Put it out.
Line up single file. Pit road is closed.
I was going to say, I think they were going to be quicker for a few laps, but I think they were going to start falling off. I think if we were able to withstand that, they were probably going to fall off. They probably were going to heat up the tires a lot. I really liked what we were doing there. I think we were just in really good shape overall. I've got to let the pace car by.
Yeah, middle of the back stretch running pace car speed. Do we got to keep going, JP?
No, we're behind the pace car. They got to wait for the pace car.
Pit road
Yeah,
is
slow
now
into a
open.
crawl here. Slow into a crawl. This is going to be bad.
Turn 3.
I mean, can we pit before the pace car, or what are we doing here?
No.
Sorry, I think I might have fucked this up.
I'm ahead of you, Eric.
Pit boxing.
Oh, that was
10,
weird.
5,
Well, we'll throw tires on it, throw
3,
fuel in it.
2, 1. Right here.
Tire wear was pretty good, 75.83. I feel like other people are going to be a lot worse than me.
That's it. Go. Line up single file. Catch the pace car.
So this is an opportunity for somebody to run a faster lap than I did. So I need to really go for another fast lap here on this restart. So I'm going to track against my session best lap so I know if I'm able to do it or not, because somebody's going to try and do it here. We just got to do it, and it's not really going to hurt us to run really fast for 1 or 2 laps. Yeah, my best was a 30.66. 7, so we got to try and better that.
Yeah, that one was my fault. I got tight off the corner and chased it up into Eric. Sorry to everybody that got involved. Good luck.
Damn, accountability. Don't see that every day.
Damn, Eric Arnold involved. You do see that every day.
Yeah, I didn't know what happened. I'm glad I didn't.
All right, man. We're going green next time. Bye.
Okay, I'm
All
glad
right, man,
my
line up on the
braking
inside
didn't wreck
row.
anybody.
My whole chase flashed before my eyes.
So obviously, we saw some guys coming to the front. Ooh. But again, I think the guys that were moving to the front and running that second and third lane were really abusing the tires. I think they were going to be quick for a few laps, but I think we would have been fine. I don't think they were going to get to me. Plus, it never really started fighting a whole lot. So, I think we're just going to keep doing what we do. Like, Stephen Miles is not in the chase. So, we're not really worried about him. If anything, He can go win this son of a bitch for all I care. I think we've led 28 laps so far. Nobody's better than that, right? Only me and the 19 have led a lap.
Get ready.
Coming on 25.
Green, green, green.
Half low, Alan.
Okay, that was a good lap. Now back to saving. There's really no penalty for driving that hard on that second lap because the car has the perfect amount of grip to do it and you're not fighting the wheel at all. Like, it's the perfect setup to go out and put down a hot lap like that and not pay the penalty. Plus, we built a very nice gap. So now, instead of managing the gap of like 0.2 of a second, now we've got like a half a second. Probably make them drive even harder to try and catch me. Hello, real thing. How are you? See, the 2 went up the hill there in 1 and 2, got a massive run down the back straightaway, and then completely overdrove 3. And with my dirty air, washed him out pretty good.
Inside. All clear, all clear.
They're never going to pass me on the bottom. Like, that's that's the beauty of it. As long as I don't fuck up that defensive line, run that seam perfectly, like, they're not going to pass me on the inside there. It's just too hard to do. They can try as many times as they want to. It's just going to fuck up their right side tires even more. We got about 44 more laps on fuel. So we're looking about lap 88 or so.
Got one inside. All clear, all clear. You got one inside. All clear, all clear. Inside. Clear low, clear low.
This is playoff race. I'm sorry, chase racing, baby. This is chase racing. How many laps has it been since I pit, chat? I've lost count. Has it been 30 laps?
My bad, I got a little tight.
36, 26. Very helpful.
Lovely. Sucks for passing.
$26. Okay. So almost 30 laps. Got it. It's all right. We know about where we're at.
I don't know if y'all can see that, but y'all see my car getting stuck to the 28? That was scary.
How'd that happen earlier with your health? Especially when you're turning hard left and you go right.
Yes. Please do not suck your other competitors. Thank you.
Be careful about getting on someone's right rear. I mean, anywhere near it.
Yeah, I know, Commando, I know. It's great when we get green flag racing. It's fantastic. I just don't think that higher lane is good. I know he's been ripping it up there. And he gives him some monster runs down the straightaway. I just don't think it's good for the tires. I just think it's too hard on the tires to do it up there.
All right, man.
God, man.
Line up single file. All right.
How are we wrecking?
Pit road is
Yep,
closed.
that's on me.
It's a 04 car.
Pace car's out.
It's the hey car.
Sorry, Scott.
Don't understand how we're wrecking, man. Takes all the intrigue out of this thing.
Fun racing, guys.
I don't think anyone's gonna be able to make it to the end. We're not in the fuel window yet. I just don't think you can make it to the end here. Yeah, we've led more than half the race at this point. So we locked up that bonus
Pit road
point.
is now open.
I'll try to beat my fastest lap of the race here. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to. That was a pretty good lap.
Very sorry, Scott. Sorry for my entrance into one there, Ron. I wasn't sure what lane I was going in, and I didn't pick any lane.
Pit box in 10, 5, 3, 2, 1. Right here.
All right, that's it. Go. Line up single file. It's the hey car.
Oh, yeah, he's killing his right front running that line. He was 10% worse on his right rear running that high
I
line.
think that's the first time I've passed somebody on pit road in my life. You had to screw up.
You're welcome. I slipped in my box again.
Here's a membership card that I did the same thing.
Hey, I just not used to hitting this brake pedal.
So once again, I will track against my best lap of the race. See if we can
All right, man. We're going green next time. Bye. All right, man. Line
beat
up on the inside row.
a
I was
51.
wondering what you were doing. Hey, good job.
Miles, pay attention.
See if I can beat it.
If he doesn't talk, it's not David Miles.
Well, apparently EJ says he's in the right spot because I don't understand the inside line behind 24.
Yep, it tells me to stay in line behind the 51 up top.
That's fucking weird. Whatever. I'm in third, but whatever.
Stephen Miles.
Fuller, pay attention.
I guess I'm the one that had to pay attention. I mean, that's iRacing, not me.
Remember, you can't spell iRacing without I.
Can't spell ice cream without I.
Get ready.
You don't want secret.
Oh my God.
I was gonna say you can't spell iRacing without.
Green, green, green. Outside. You're clear high, clear high.
Oh, we're tracking pretty good. We're tracking pretty good. Oh, this is a much better lap. Right now, I think everybody can make it on fuel. It's close, but again, as the pace slows down, it shouldn't really be an issue. I think we're going to be fine on gas. I appreciate you, Ty. Bass. Bass. I love it when people cheer for the 20. Just out here ripping, brother. I don't think anyone's beaten that time. I don't think anyone's really tried. They're all too busy trying to pass somebody. That's the beauty of being the leader on the restart. You really can go rip a fast lap if you don't have to race people. They're all too busy fighting each other to go out there and run a quick lap. You can't do it if you're side by side.
Sorry about that, Richard.
All I know is we got 50 laps to go. That's still a very long time. And there's no pit stop. You got to make these tires last a very long time. But we haven't gone that long yet tonight. Gotten close, but not quite. Everybody has a set of tires still in the pits. It'd be really cool if we went green to the end. I really don't want to see another caution. Yeah, a lot of chasers up here. A lot of chasers. As I expected. It's what we saw last year, and it's just what you have to really plan for is all the chase guys to be up front, because that's why they're in the chase.
Go low, Joe. I'm broken.
We're in the chase because they run top 5 every week. Top 10 every week. That's why I was thinking it's you have to finish top 5 all 3 of these races and probably win one of them to win this championship. It just seems too unlikely because of how consistent everybody is. And with smaller fields now too, right? Like if we're only going to get 25, 26 cars a race, you really don't have the opportunity to make up a lot of points on someone.
Hello, Nelson.
Thank you.
Can you guys tell me when I get 20 laps since the restart? Or 20 laps since we pitted, it doesn't matter which. $20 next time by? Okay, thank you.
pass low record.
That was a really good 3 and 4 right there. That's how I need to hit 3 and 4 every time. It's just like that. See when I hit 3 and 4 right how much it improves the lap time and we move away from the 2? It's incredible.
Like a pesky fly.
Yeah.
Oh. David, do you want top or bottom?
Bottom, bottom, bottom. Thank you.
Got one outside. You're clear high, clear high.
I like how he waited till halfway down the backstretch and asked it as slowly as humanly possible. That two's got to give up at some point, man. There's no way he's going to keep hanging with me. He's been eating dirty air for 40 fucking laps. That right front tire has got to be on its last life. At some point, we're going to start to gap him. I think it's starting to happen. Slowly but surely, I think it's starting to happen. But holy shit, he held on forever. Honestly, impressive how long he ran in my dirty air and stayed within 0.2. He did pretty good. He did pretty good. This is where our consistency kicks their ass. Our ability to just run consistent lap times. Within 100th or 2 of each lap, we keep doing that. It's very hard to beat.
Thank you, Logan, for not coming right up the racetrack there.
You're welcome. I was just trying to get out of the way. I'm way over top. Hot low 32.
All right, don't grab that much apron, David. Don't need that much. See what it does? Just cost me 0.2.
Clean air sucks, doesn't it, Mike? Shall I say, having a race against?
Hey, you had it for like 2 laps. You know what it's like.
Yeah, I'm kicking myself for not running you harder.
Has the bottom gotten better again or something?
I have not come off the bottom all day.
Well, you're an alien. Nobody's asking you anyway.
That's what she said.
Start 23rd like me, Big Hoss. See if you can get up here.
Say something.
Nelson, that wasn't an invitation for you to pass.
Sorry, my car just wanted to pass.
I think this is one of the hardest tracks to run. Why is that? I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just curious why you think that. I think that's a very astute observation that a lot of people will just look past because this track is included in like rookie content. So they automatically think this is an easy track. It's actually, well, I want to see what you say before I say anything. I think you've made a very, very good point. Come off the corners. Yeah, it is. It's very easy to gas up because it feels like it's just there forever. And depending on the balance of the car, right? Like a tight car like this, it's easy to get to the throttle too soon and then you're pounding the wall. And just the way this track works and flows, especially in these cars.
All right.
The inside is just too tough to pass on. I don't care what setups you're really running. I've seen this be the... I think that's how it works in real life, too, here. You can run the bottom and be fine, but you can be really good in that second lane. It's really hard to pass. Especially when it's tight like this, it's damn near impossible. That's why I kept running that line. Every time somebody kept poking their nose, there's the 19, the 51, the 2, all of them. I'll give them the inside. I don't care if they take the inside. As long as they don't wash up and kill me, they're not going to make that pass. You're just able to control the air so much better when you run that second lane. As Charlotte is a very technical racetrack. It doesn't.
What's that late race yellow?
It doesn't get enough credit.
Shush.
Go up high there, Richard.
I really don't think it gets enough credit for how technically demanding it is.
Glenn Leave already.
It looks very simple, but it's really not.
Yeah, he rushed a little bit.
A lot of people think, oh, it's a mile and a half. It's a cookie cutter. It's like Texas. It's like... wow, I'm blanking on the other one. Atlanta, old Atlanta. Right? Like the quad oval mile and a half. It's really not that hard, but Charlotte is very, very tricky. It's so temperature sensitive. They talked about this. You gotta be fucking kidding me.
Oh my fucking god.
Hell yeah, there we go, boys.
You gotta be kidding me.
Who ruined that?
Man, you guys couldn't have done that about 5 laps?
I fucking hope it was worth it. Whatever it was. I hope it was worth it.
Sorry, guys.
SIM500 racing.
Joe fucking Hudson. Probably for 75th.
Hey, Joe, I'm sorry, man, but you went from the grass to the wall, back down. I thought you were going to stay up high.
Yeah, my bad, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was just going to ask if Joe was still in the race.
Lucky dog going to be coming outside.
There's no way. Nobody could take 2 tires and win with this. Nobody. You can't take 2 tires and win. So we're just gonna have to send it. Thankfully, we won't have to do a whole lot of laps, and we've proven to be very, very good on restarts. So just have to not fuck this up, and we should be okay.
Pit box in 10, 5, 3, 2, 1. Right here.
Nah, we're fine.
That's it, go. Line up single file. Catch the hay car.
Okie dokie.
I got you and Joey.
Honestly, Mike, you're in better shape than you were second.
My pit stop was good, but the launch was pretty good.
Okie dokie. We just gotta send it for like 5 laps.
I think my pit stop was done. It looks like a half a second before yours. It's a half a second got the car rolling.
Yeah, I thought I had a good entry, but damn, you beat me. Good job.
I had to be really close between us exiting pit road, David.
I feel like it's been close every time.
All right, man, we're going green next time by. All right, man, line up on the inside row.
Oops. Five laps. Just got to be really good for 5 laps.
Mike, try not to get loose for the first 2 laps of this restart like last time.
You mean like you did both times when I gave you the lane and you went in and got loose? I'll try.
I don't recall being in front of you getting loose at all, but all right.
I'll clip it. I know, you're never wrong.
Pay attention, Fuller. Hell yeah, Jav. Hell yeah, Jav. Light it up and kick chat, Jav. Hell yeah. I appreciate you, Jav. Thank you, brother.
Get ready. Green, green, green. 5 laps to go.
Sorry, Joey, I was in the middle and tried my best. I'm not sure what really happened.
No, the late caution happened. I'm done with this shit. Park and let y'all race.
One more lap to win.
Let's go, baby. Good way to start the chase. Dominator.
Come in.
Ah! Let's go!
Good win, David.
Woo!
Good racing.
Really fun race.
All right. You
Really
won.
good stuff, guys. Would have liked to see a little more green, but a lot of fun. Let's go, man. That's how you start the chase. That's how you start the chase.
One. At least one.
That's how you start the chase, man. That's a statement. Did I see somebody set a faster
My
lap?
favorite one.
Set a faster lap than me? Did somebody say that somebody beat me for the fastest lap of the race? Because if that's the case, I am going to be very upset because I didn't even go for it on that run.
The race is over.
Good win, David Shieldhouse. I'm very proud of you.
Forget me that one time.
Thank you, EJ. Thank you so much. I hope Rusty's proud of me. Oh, I beat my own lap. Oh, shit.
Oh, he's sleeping right here.
Rusty, wake up!
Good run, EJ.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you, AK. Appreciate you. I wanted that one bad. We needed to start this chase off really
I hope we
strong.
all go back to the last caution we had and learn something from it. There's 8 to go. I don't know what you're racing for, but learn from it because those are the kind of things that we've got to stop doing. It turns everything that everybody's done into a sprint race, and basically it's a freaking crap game. I'm just so sick of just dumb racing.
Dumb. Let's go. Let's go get us an interview. We needed that one. We needed to start it off that way. We really did. How many laps led tonight? I think all but 2.
So proud of you. I really am. Like, that's very special.
Thank you.
Now, like, if you started back where I was, I don't think you could have won. I mean, I think I was going to beat you.
Probably.
If I started pole, I was going to win this race.
Yeah, probably.
House, get the win here tonight. Congratulations on running 5 qualifying laps. That's pretty much what you had to do there. I mean, what else can you say? What else can you say? That was crazy, man.
Yeah. I mean, it's exactly what I needed. That's exactly what I wanted out of tonight. Was to go out there and just have the strongest start possible. get as many points as possible. I knew that bonus points were going to be really big, so I was really focused on making sure I led a lap, try to lead the most laps, and run the fastest lap of the race. I feel like that's the easiest path to winning this championship, and it may come down to bonus points. So if I could lock other guys out from getting those bonus points, it could really add up over the course of 3 races. Obviously, clean air was super important. Had to execute on a few restarts, but the X-Wing Chevy was it was wicked fast tonight. It really was.
You and Mike Kelly had some battles there. I know you had a few other drivers having some battles out there as well. It was just it was good racing. That first the first 60 laps, we saw some crazy things happening. But I mean, we'd hold on. I mean, defensive line around this racetrack works with this car. A lot of side draft, a lot of viability when it comes to turning into the corner.
Yeah, that's why I kept giving the bottom to those guys. As I was telling the children, like the 19, the 51, and the 2, every time they would try to mess with me, I just give them the inside because you can't make passes down there, especially in 3 and 4. With the car being balanced the way that it was, with being really tight and on the right front, it's hard enough to do when it's driving off the right rear, but it's pretty much impossible when it's tight and on the just won't turn. So you run that defensive line. That seam is really good in 3 and 4, and clean air is king, man. That's why I drove the way that I did, and I knew that you just couldn't afford to lose track position, and if you could control the clean air, you're probably going to hook it up and go win the thing, which, again, it puts pressure on everybody else, man. That's with a 3-race chase, it's all about how much pressure you can put on other people and how much you can take off of yourself. I feel like tonight I did everything that I could to take all the pressure off that I could for Iowa next week and put it all on everybody else.
Well, I mean, Iowa's a fun track too. We've got 2 banger races coming up. Homestead, Miami, of course, being that next one. But I mean, when it comes to points, outside of a couple of drivers who did not start today's race, I mean, we're talking 21 points back to 8th. That's a big deficit for someone like Tyler Dalton have to overcome. 7 points back to Justin Fuller as the standings hold. There's a lot of points that that are on the table over the next couple of races. This is your 8th win on the season, first into the playoffs. Winning races is one thing, but going out and executing is it's kind of that top tier moment. You have to be on your game here.
Yeah, that was my read on it coming in. I spent a good portion of this afternoon just sort of thinking about the path to a championship with a really condensed schedule, right? Only 3 races. I don't feel like you can have a bad race. I feel like you have to have top 5s every race and probably at least 1 win, if not 2. I think if you can get to Homestead with a 10-point lead, you're probably feeling pretty good. We've seen the field size shrink. That's a factor as well because you're just not able to gain as many points on guys. If they have a bad day, there's just less positions paying out. So I feel like 3 top 5s and at least a win, you're probably a champion. 3 top 5s and 2 wins, you probably are the champion. But you just got to build a buffer. That's really all what it's about, is building the buffer to give yourself a little bit of a fall from grace if something goes wrong at Iowa. Short track racing, who knows? Could be some contact. You just don't know what happens in these things. So that was the plan, was to execute, get as many points tonight as I could, try to prevent other chase guys, particularly the 51, from getting bonus points, and I think I succeeded there. But all the chase drivers, I think, were pretty good tonight, and that's really what you're up against, is they're in the chase because they're good. They're consistent. They finish top 5, top 10 every week. Mike Kelly was excellent tonight. I know TD was really good. Didn't get the finish he was looking for there at the end, but these guys are there every week. So races like this, execution, I think it's 3 perfect races, and if you can do that, you're probably in good shape.
You go from what we call the traditional cookie cutter to a flatter track, and then you go into one of the Homestead's one of the toughest mile and a half you're going to get into when it comes to, I mean, it's a straight oval. It's basically iRacing Super Speedway condensed. I think that's why people have asked me, because there's a league running that race right now at iRacing Super Speedway, the virtual super speedway that we all have come to see 200 plus miles an hour out of. And somebody was asking me yesterday what I thought of it. I said, if you run it like you run Homestead, you'll be fine. And they were like, oh, well, that makes sense. It was like, it's a big version of that. So Homestead, I'm looking forward to. I believe Homestead is the quintessential championship race next to.
Thank you for the raid, Swiss. Welcome in, everybody.
Hot Atlanta. Those are the two tracks that I love seeing championship races at. So it's gonna be awesome to see what you do going into the next 2 weeks, especially a track like Homestead. If you can come out with a night like you have tonight. And being able to have a defensive line at a track like Homestead, Iowa becomes top 5 focused.
I felt like this was my weakest track of the 3 if I had to grade them, just on historicals and sort of how I view the 3. I feel very comfortable at Iowa. I know Fuller's going to be really good there, but I beat him at Lucas Oil earlier this year. You can debate the restart that gave me the lead, but I did beat him. And I would say Homestead is my second best track behind Darlington. So I'd put it right up there as one of my favorite tracks to drive with Darlington. So I felt like if I could get through Charlotte as my weakest track with a good day, then I was really setting myself up for a good run at a repeat. But anything can happen next week at Iowa. So what I built here today, hopefully I can keep intact this time next week when we're talking and we're feeling good about Homestead. But tonight was all about execution, maximum points, and we'll sit on it for a week and get after it at Iowa.
I like it. All right, brother. Congratulations on the big OW here in Chase race number 1 here at Charlotte. Give a shout outs, brother.
Appreciate it, man. Big thanks to Splash to Go Graphics, of course, for this beautiful paint scheme, the X-Wing Chevy. Again, she was super fast tonight, and really glad that we've won so much with this paint scheme. This has quickly become one of my favorite paint schemes I've ever run in my 20-plus years of doing this stuff. Big thanks to everyone at twitch.tv/Shieldhouse, YouTube, Kick, all the children now. We are a multi-platform establishment. So a big shout out to them for all their support tonight. Appreciate them. Big thanks to WBD Diecast for their support. Oh, I'm sorry. Wrong. I got it. I corrected myself. Trans-Service. We're not quite there yet. Trans-Service for the support of this series, the Grand National Series. We couldn't do it without them. And, of course, you, Jason, the Signature Esports Network, for continuing to cover everything we do here at SIM500. Really do appreciate that a lot. And, yeah, I'm going to be heading to Arizona this weekend. I travel back on Monday. Hopefully I am back in time for the Cup race at Michigan. But if I'm not, so be it. But we'll be back next Wednesday for Iowa no matter what. You can count on it.
I like it. All right, Shildy. I appreciate you. Good luck this weekend with some fun racing. And we'll see you next Monday.
Appreciate you. Thank you, Jason.
That's David Shieldhouse in the Children. Much.
All right. So there's that. Woof. Jason talked more than I do. Jason talks way more than I do. And that's fine. We love Jason in this house. But he talked more than I did in that interview. That's okay. He's got a lot to say, and I like it. Let's go back and look at the caution, the last caution. Let's go back and look at it, whatever lap that was. I want to see what it was. Sounded pretty stupid. So we're back here racing for 16th and 17th. Okay. Ooh, Bobby got way loose. Bobby loose. Bobby mom, Bobby loose. I mean, we're just fighting our dicks off back here for 16th, 17th. Good, clean, hard racing back here. Joe Hudson sizing up Eric Arnold here. Eric gets tight. Joe makes the move. Fucking wrecks by himself on the front straightaway for some reason. And the wreck didn't happen until the middle of 1 and 2. There's no way you can put that. There's no way. What are we doing, man? What are we doing? That wreck didn't happen until the middle of 1 and 2. Like, I get it, okay? I get this. Old tires. He's just got the back and forth on the straightaway through the dog legs, whatever. He figures it out. He's straight. He's good. Bobby Wetzel just gasses it up into him. Are you kidding me? I mean, you can talk shit about Joe all you want, but Bobby Wetzel just drove through him. It's such a strange sequence of events, but you see the ass end of the 9 kick out because it's like he stabs the brakes and then gasses it up into Joe. What the fuck are we doing, man? And these are the same guys that'll sit here and bitch about everybody else's driving standards and shut the fuck up on the radio. And this is what we're doing. Somebody help me understand this. Because this just looks like the dumbest thing that I've ever seen. Again, talk shit about Joe Hudson all you want. The guy is a certified fella. Okay? Like, to do this on the front straightaway, okay, he's turning hard left here to not hit the 31. I respect it, okay? But then he's just behind on his steering. He's drifting the fucking straightaway. He straightens it out. Shit, we're going through the turf. We're okay. We're fine. Oh, shit, there's a wall. Ugh, okay. We're fine. We're fine. We're fine. Everything's fine. And the 9 just tackles him. I don't understand it, man. It's a classic example of how the dumbest things can ruin these races, right? Ultimately, it didn't really impact us because we still won the race. But like this, with 8 to go, are you kidding me? Like, the 31's leaving the whole bottom, okay? So, like, the 23 can run the bottom. It's just a whole collection of stupid. Sure, the 31's a little bit slow, whatever. But it doesn't change the fact that the 9 stabs the brakes right here, gets loose, and it carries him all the way into Joe. It's just a hilarious comedy of errors. That's really all it is. It's just a comedy of errors. From people that just are not paying attention. It's just a comedy of errors. You can spread blame to a lot of people. The 23 and the 9, I think you could split it 60-40. 60% against the 9, 40 against the 23, for all I care. I really do think you could do that and probably not get a strange look from anybody. It's just terrible all around. That's just really bad. It's just really bad. I do want to see what happened to Tyler Dalton. I thought I saw somebody said he hit the wall. Let's see. He was loose with Justin behind him. He was loose. He was fighting for his life in there. Good God, he was fighting for his life in there. He was oh my Lord, he just never had the car under him. He was super free in 1 and 2. Just never had the car going into 3. Just never had it under him. That's tough. That's really weird that he just lost all grip going into 3 like that. I don't know. Like, he was super loose in 1 and 2. I get that. We're all, I mean, you're just going for it. That's a tough one right there. I mean, he didn't get put in the fence by anybody or anything. He just the ass end just came around. I mean, he may have given you a shot, but he was off of you. He's already off of you here, and that's not even the braking zone, right? Like that's you're going the same speed as EJ. You're basically even with EJ. I don't think there was a lot of grip up here. I don't know how much brake bias you had in it, but I don't think that's an aero thing. He's too far away from you to be an aero thing, and it's not like an over. Your speed is the same speed. It's just a weird deal. Oh, Spider never said you're back to 2 wide, so you thought you might have been 3, so you had to take the entry up here, thinking there was a car here. That makes sense. Yeah, because if you think you're 2 wide at this point, you're in front of the 51. You're following the 41 down and running the seam here instead of entering up here. I could see that. I could see that. What was your brake bias? Did you like stab the brakes or something? Like, it's just crazy how the ass end came around like that. It was obviously this was the only time of a run where the car had that little rear grip where it would do it, but it's just very infrequent you see a car just come out from under somebody when it loads up like that. Didn't even touch the brakes. Yeah, that's a tough one, man. That sucks. That really does suck. Oh, hey. Oh, hey. Andrew, thanks for the 64 months. Welcome back to the children. Hello. My FPS is cooked. What does that mean? Frames? Oh, encoding overloaded. Oh. I know why. Yeah, shout out to iRacing. Shout out to iRacing. It only did it just at this point of the stream too, huh? It's interesting how it's only doing it in the replay screen. Fascinating. Yeah, something is overloading my encoder in OBS, and I don't know why. Okay. Well. Too much power. Huh. Yeah, it is still doing it. Maybe it wasn't iRacing because it was fine earlier. Oh, it stopped. It's fixed itself now. I didn't do anything and now it's okay. So something spiked my encoder for like a minute. That's really weird. Maybe it was iRacing because it was still closing up the process. It wouldn't surprise me if it was the anti-cheat. I cheat at this game, so that's why. That's really weird. Sorry about that, gang. I'm gonna blame iRacing for that. I really am. I think iRacing just trying to nerf me because I'm too powerful. Oh, I did admit it last week. That's true. I did admit that I cheat last week. That's a good point. Good point. Wish I never gave up the clean air to you. I couldn't believe that you did, but I was more than happy to take it. I was more than happy to take it and never give it back. Well, I guess we'll never know what the first 2 cautions were. I think Nelson was the second one, and I don't remember what the first one was. But anyways, pretty good race. 3 cautions. Went the scheduled distance, 120 laps, 9 caution laps, 1 lead change. We led 118 of the 120 laps. We did run the fastest lap of the race on the final restart, as did most people ran their fastest lap of the race on the final restart. That's cool that I did that. Who was the dirtiest driver of the race? Ooh, we got some candidates. Brian Pinow with 12X is your dirtiest driver of the race. Barely beat Eric Arnold, who had 11. Wesley Donaldson had 10. Those were the only 3 drivers with double-digit incident points tonight. So there you go. I think we got a pretty good understanding of what the points look like, but just for funsies, let's take a look ourselves. Let's take a look. Series standings. There we go. Okay. So there you have it. I wish they would move this column over. I hate that it's this far over, but that's fine. So I think we can call Tommy Ryan and Chad Coleman out of contention after missing the race tonight. 21 points for Tyler Dalton is a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. Yeah, we did win this race, Tanya. We did. We did. Thank you. Hi, Moss Schilde. We'll see you tomorrow. We will be seeing you tomorrow. So it's 7, 8, and 9 to Fuller, Kelly, and EJ. I sort of thought that anyone who was like 12, 13-ish points behind after the first race was probably not going to be able to recover from that. That was kind of my line, was like, if you're more than like 12, 13 points out, that's a lot of points to make up in 2 races when it's basically the same fucking people in the top 10 every week. It's really hard to make up points, man. Like, it's really hard. It might be anyone over 10. You might be right, Andrew. It might be anyone over 10. Like, it could be... It could be that simple. I don't really know. That's why maximizing bonus points is so important. That's why I was 100% locked in and committed to doing whatever it took to maximize bonus points, because I really do think that those are going to be the difference. In a series where it's the same people up front every race, just in a different order sometimes, if you can steal a point or 2 here or there, it could make a huge difference, because I basically gave myself 2 extra spots on the racetrack tonight just by leading the most laps and running the fastest lap of the race. That was 2 points. That's basically 2 spots on the racetrack, unless you win. That's basically 2 spots on the racetrack that I just helped myself for the next 2 races. Right? Like, so, again, if you do that in all 3 races, that's 6 spots. That could be the difference of having to finish 2nd or 8th at Homestead to win a championship. Like, that was my plan of attack. That was my focus coming into this, was like, I know I can run top 5, and it's probably going to be me and Fuller and Mike Kelly and maybe somebody else. But, like, it's probably just going to be us 3, because it's been us 3 all year. How do you gain that little bit extra edge? It's the bonus points, and that's where I put my focus tonight. And that very well could be what carries a championship. No, that was my thought process. That was my focus coming into tonight, was bonus points. So I think that's what's going to serve Service best is keeping that focus the way it is. Yeah, locking other guys out of bonus points is incredible. I mean, that's so hard to do, right? It's so hard to do. It's really hard to do that. Obviously, the easiest way is to just lead every lap, kind of like what we did tonight. We've seen Fuller do that already this season. We've seen him go out and go wire to wire and lead every lap in a race and win. He could do it next week at Iowa. He's really good there. He's really good at short tracks. So, like, that's sort of the game within the game, right? The big picture is winning the championship, but the game within that is trying to steal a point or two every race from the 51 and the 2. Really it. I'm telling you, if you can do that, you're just making your life so much easier. You really are making your life easier. And I really did think that Charlotte was my weakest track of the 3. I really did think that coming in was like Charlotte was probably my worst of the 3. I feel very comfortable at Iowa. We dominated the Cup race at Iowa last year to basically lock up the Cup Series championship. I know it's not the same car and all that, but I feel very comfortable at Iowa. Now, I don't think I've done this car at the new Iowa. I don't think I've driven this car at the new Iowa yet, so that's going to be a little bit of an adjustment, something to get used to. But we'll be fine. It just... Obviously, I really do think Homestead is my second best racetrack behind Darlington. And I would put it very close to Darlington. I feel like I've kicked a lot of ass at Homestead over the years. We have put some beatdowns on some people at Homestead over the years. So I feel very comfortable there. So, again, if this was my weakest of the 3 and this is the result that we got, then feeling pretty good right now. Feeling pretty good. Practice. We will practice next Wednesday night starting at 7:30. I will not be practicing before then. I really won't be. 50 minutes of practice because I fire up the stream when practice starts, so we lose 10 minutes of practice there. But if I can't figure it out in 40 to 50 minutes, I have no business winning this championship anyways. Just being honest with you, just telling you what I think. If we can't figure it out in 40 to 50 minutes, I don't deserve to win the championship anyways. That's how I feel about it. Really is how I feel about it. So that's how we're going to treat it. That's how we're going to treat it. All right. Well, like I said, I'm going to be in Arizona this weekend hanging out with Ma Schilde, Pa Schilde, and sister Schilde. I don't think we ever really gave her a nickname, but my sister will be there as well. I haven't seen them since I went to Phoenix for the race in February, March-ish. So it's been a few months since I've seen them. It'll be good to see them. Spend some time with them. I will be traveling back Monday. I do fly back Monday. I should land, assuming everything goes well. I should land about 2.5 hours before practice starts. Not checking a bag. My ride will be there, ready to bring me home. I should be able to race on Monday. Because at worst case, I just have to make sure that I'm like ready to go by 8:30. So I really have 3.5 hours from the time that I land to be in front of my computer and ready to go. Even if we don't get practice, it's Michigan. I'll be fine. So the stream might be late, if whatever. But if I can't get home in 3 to 3.5 hours from the time that I land, something horrible has happened anyways. So I think we'll be fine for Monday. Even if we miss the race on Monday, not a big deal. But we're not going to be missing next Wednesday, and that's what matters more. So enjoy the weekend. Enjoy the racing from Michigan. First off weekend for the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. So if you know somebody in the No Apps series, send them some love because they're having their first off week of the year. They're probably really happy about it. We'll see you back Monday, 7:30. Cup Series at Michigan. Next Wednesday, penultimate race of the Grand National Series at Iowa. Should be a good week next week. Appreciate y'all. Thanks for hanging out. We got ourselves a big win tonight. Big win tonight. Couldn't have done it without you. Really? There it is. Couldn't have done it without y'all. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend. We will see you on Monday. Goodbye.